Hello, Henry from Belgium here. Today a video about set 6952 Solar Power Transporter from 1985. It's been a while since I made a video about a space-themed set. That's because it is very difficult to do great finds at a reasonable price. And by nice finds, I mean a set with all parts, but also with the complete packaging. One day I was lucky and found this beautiful box. It really still looks nice, considering its age of almost 40 years. All cardboard is present, beautiful images, colors, and very few signs of use. Unfortunately, a little bit of damage here where a price label has been removed, but otherwise a nice box. And that's not all. The inner box is also present, containing the two plastic parts. Those are really things that make me happy as a collector. This plastic lid is almost always missing from such sets, or even both parts. In most cases, the parts are simply thrown into the cardboard inner box. The cardboard inside is beautifully finished within the theme, but the outer edges have remained in brown cardboard. I think that's a pity, but that might be because you can't see those edges from the outside when you open the box. But it would have been a little nicer if it had also been finished in blue. And of course I always like to have the manual with it. It fits in the box unfolded, which was not always the case at the time. In many such sets, these were often supplied pre-folded by Lego. I can see that it has been folded, but I'm not sure if this was done by Lego or by the previous owner. Anyway, it is a good and handy format, and for me that is important. 12 pages with clear instructions, and also beautiful artwork. You immediately get a feeling of space. I have the impression that it will be a fun build, so let's get started. Mainly gray bricks, green windows, and red accents. Some bricks are a bit discolored, but that seems to be a minority. If the end result bothers me, I will replace them. I noticed that there are no white bricks and only a few blue ones in the set. The blue bricks are used to build a robot. In addition, there are 4 classic space minifigs in the set. 3 of them have a classic air tank. The white one has a blue jetpack. The black minifig is somewhat rarer than the others. It only occurs in 8 sets, and it's cool that I have this one in my collection too now. A very nice detail that I have recently discovered is that there are different types of space helmets. If you look closely, you will see that these helmets have an extra chin strap. Here you see an example of a helmet without the extra strap. The set contains 317 parts, and I think that is a nice number. It is not a very large set, but not a small one either, that is ready immediately, as there were quite a few in that period. The vehicle is split into 5 different parts, which makes it more challenging to build. This is the centerpiece I am building now. I suspect this is some kind of research center. The building experience is at the beginning quite fun. I see pieces in various shapes and also parts that I haven't seen before, like these ribbed panels. Also nice that I can add those parts to my collection today. The black hinges at the bottom are a nice extra, so the research center can stand independently. I also see nice details, such as the bricks with prints and the red antennas. Now that I see the end result of this part, I am struck by the poor condition of some of the gray bricks. I will definitely have to replace those bricks in the future. For me, the finish could have been a little better if the designers had had extra budget. Subtle extra details in trans green like the windscreen, a seat, or connections for an accessory. It also feels a little too much the same to me. Left and right are a perfect mirror image, and you can see that in the rest of what I have to build too. It looks like this was a conscious choice by the designers. The manual literally states to build the cockpit the same way twice. This will ensure uniformity in appearance, but it makes the building experience somewhat monotonous and less challenging for these two parts. Perhaps there could have been a little more creativity and variation in the design, because the last two parts are identical too. A type of spacecraft that, once completed, will be placed on top of the research center. So towards the end, the building experience is less challenging, but the many details and nice parts make up for a lot. There are a lot of nice printed bricks and no stickers incorporated into the whole, here in the cockpit, but also here at the top. Of course, the trans green windscreens are cool, and so are the hoses, which was a novelty in 1985. Together with many other details, such as the large wheels and hinges, it is a beautiful design. I also think the lots of grey with some green and red accents is a success. It is different from other sets that I usually see that are more white and blue. And that's not all. It is mainly the playability that makes this set absolutely worthwhile, because you can unclick different parts and click them back together in a different order. You can see the different variations on the inside of the box. Let me demonstrate that now. Perhaps you can think of other combinations and make up your own stories, and you can even make a spaceship as shown here. The last thing I want to note is that the title and story of the set is a mystery to me. Solar power transporter? Although I don't really see any solar panels or how power could possibly be transported or used. But you get undoubtedly a box that appeals to the imagination, with many beautiful parts, and with which you can be creative for hours. So the set deserves a nice place in my collection for the many nice parts, historical value, cool minifigs, but especially for the beautiful condition of the packaging. And after replacing the discolored bricks, this will undoubtedly be a unique piece in my collection. Feel free to comment below this video, and don't forget to subscribe, it's free. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.